I was a sugar daddy before for 1 year and I learned a lot. And in fact, I still offer some sugar in my relationships today, but I do it on my own terms. So, being a sugar daddy or offering sugar in your relationships isn't about simping or throwing your money around. At the end of the day, it's about control, standards, and dating like a man who knows his worth and knows he has options. So, in today's video, I'm going to reveal the 5 modern sugar daddy rules that every smart guy should know. And the most important one is number 3. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping videos every week. All right, let's get into this video. So as I mentioned before, I was a sugar daddy and I still offer some sugar in my relationships. But if any of you guys are considering or are offering sugar, then these rules are, my God, I had to learn this the hard way. So, number 1 rule is this, especially on any of these sites that you want to go on to, like sugar daddy sites, or even just in apps in general, you need to use a photo. And you're probably thinking, huh, Silver Bachelor, what do you mean use a photo? Guys, you'd be shocked on how many men are on these websites, specifically sugar daddy websites, that don't even have a photo. And you know why they don't have a photo? Because they're married and they're looking for a side chick. So, if you're not in that category and you are single, separated, newly divorced, whatever, and you are going to join one of these sites, use a photo of yourself because right away the women are not going to trust you. And it seems very basic, but this is the conversations I've had with many women on these sugar sites, is that they've said that 90% of the men on these sites don't use a photo. So that's rule number 1, use a photo. Rule number 2, do not ask for private pics right away. Private photos, right? I don't get it. You haven't even had a conversations back and forth, and yet you're asking to see what other photos they have, private ones. Maybe they're a little more on the sexy side, but don't do that. That is a huge turnoff for these women. They don't like it when a guy asks their private photos and they haven't even had the conversation yet. So how I handle that is, once there's a conversation going, I say, hey, I've noticed you've got another 6 photos that are private. Should I see those or not? Right? And I play around with it and have fun. So I encourage you guys to not ask them to see the private photos right away. And look, obviously this video is about sugar dating, and if you have not heard of Sugar Daddy Meet, then Sugar Daddy Meet is the sponsor for today's video, and Sugar Daddy Meet is the largest sugar daddy website in the world with over 8 million members. Not just 8 million members, but it's a 4-to-1 ratio of women to men. 4 women to every guy, compared to almost every single other dating app out there or dating website. It's usually 70% dudes. Nope, not Sugar Daddy Meet. It's a 4-to-1 ratio, and already you have an advantage. But it keeps getting better, because Sugar Daddy Meet, you can join, and it's one of the least expensive websites out there for as little as $24 per month. And the bottom line is, and again, and I'm not just saying this has been my experience on these websites before, is most of the women are 7s, 8s, and 9s, and they're all into older guys. You can date women that are 10, 20, 30, even 40 years younger than you. There's no judgment. It's not about age gaps in terms of seen as a negative. This is the thing, that these women look for an older guy to help elevate their lifestyle. What's even better is that these women are first to message you, and if you message them, they're going to message you back. So it's great that way, unlike, again, traditional dating apps. I've been on them before, and it's rare that women will message you or they just ghost you. And then you might be thinking, well, Silver Bachelor, isn't sugar dating kind of transactional? Well, everything's transactional. If you're not doing your part, you're out. If she's not doing her part, she's out. And the bottom line, what I like is that everything is upfront. All the terms are upfront. How often are we going to meet? Are you looking for a monthly allowance, or are you just looking for some financial help here and there with your hair, your nails, clothing, some trips, some restaurants kind of thing? And you don't have to be a Chad or have $1 million to be on these websites, okay? And I'm just saying that these women are looking for two specific things: an older guy and also somebody who can help elevate their lifestyle. So you come along and you're one of the few men on this website, because like I said, 8 million members, that's a lot, especially if it's 4 to 1. So I encourage you to go check out Sugar Daddy Meet. All right, back to this video. So number 3 rule is to never offer an allowance or to accept PPM. PPM is pay per meet. Well, pay per meet essentially is code for escort, okay? I don't know what you guys are into, but the two things, they're kind of separate topics, but an allowance is very escort-esque, and I do not recommend that. So never offer an allowance unless that's the kind of thing you're into, or you pay them per meet, right? So if she wants $300 a week, $500 a week, or $300 or $500 per meet, then I suggest you run, okay? Because as I mentioned, that's code for exchanging sex, which I'm not a proponent of that. Instead, what you need to do is you need to ask her what she's looking for in terms of compensation. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because the right answer is something like, well, I'm just looking for some help once in a while, or I'd like to travel sometimes. I've never seen many other cities in the United States, or depending on where you are in the world. Or I just like to have some nice dinners, or I'm just looking for some support, right? And you're looking for modesty. You're not looking for desperation, and you're certainly not looking for an escort. And again, I'm just coming at this from somebody who was a sugar daddy before, right? And you're not desperate, okay? You have options, and you're choosing her. You're not buying her. All right. So number 4 is no payment for the first date. Again, you don't want to set things off on the wrong foot, and yet she thinks, oh, every time we're going to get together, I'm going to be compensated, because that's escort-esque. So you don't pay for the first date, nothing. But what you should pay is, of course, her transportation, her Ubers, and the bill when it comes, whether it's dinner, drinks, whatever it is that you're going to do the first time. Really, this is her opportunity to help get her lifestyle elevated. I don't know a single interview that I've gone to, a job interview, where they've paid for me to travel to meet them. Almost never. I've had to incur my own expenses, unless it's a flight, that's different. But in your own city, they expect you to cover your expenses to go meet them and have multiple interviews before they're willing to pay you anything. So just remember that in terms of mindset, is do not pay for the first date, and just say, hey, look, I'll get your transportation. I will cover the meal, cover the drinks, but I'm not going to pay for a first date. Let's reserve that. Let's have a conversation first, and just that first date is just to get to know each other. All right. So, and to see if you vibe. And number 5, right? This was the big one that I struggled with when I was sugar dating, and that is don't get attached, right? These women are very attractive. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. Yes, they need help, but do not get attached, because they will be beautiful. Probably women you've never dated before. In fact, punching above your weight class is going to happen. These women are stunning, right? And young. But remember, you have more to offer them than they have to offer you. So at the end of the day, this is an arrangement, right? Where you've got this beautiful woman, she's young, you're going to spend time with her, and in exchange, she's going to receive some compensation or some help. But do not get attached, because maybe she will find a replacement. However, as I mentioned, this is a great sugar dating is just a reality, especially if you're dating younger women under 40, and has been my experience even more so under 35 and under 30. They're looking for financial help. All right, so I hope you like this video, and we'll see you next time.